I would like you to imagine that you wake up tomorrow and it's no longer 2025. It's maybe 3025 and we are living on Mars, and maybe AI took over our planet and is controlling everything. Or maybe you wake up in ancient Egypt and you get the chance to watch how the pyramids were built. Sounds crazy, sounds like fiction, sounds impossible. Today we're gonna talk about time travel. What is time, and can we really travel to the future or to the past, and what does science say about this? Stay with me till the very end to know all of these answers, and let's get into it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to yet new YouTube video on my channel, and today we are talking about time travel. Growing up, I feel like I've been obsessed with time travel, and I always feel like, why not? Right? When you are a kid and you have this imagination, and even if you tell someone why and they tell you like something very scientifically complicated, you wouldn't understand it and you will just be like, yeah, I don't care what that adult thinks about it, because in my imagination and in my own world, time travel is a real thing. But when you grow up and you start sort of like understanding the science behind it, you realize, yeah, the adults might have had a point after all, for the first time in forever. Before we talk about time travel, we know what travel is, but what is time? The thing is that we think of time as a clock ticking on a wall, which is not true, because in physics, time is a dimension, just like length, width, and height. So to make it simple, imagine this. What do we mean by 2D? Length and width. Now about 3D, we're gonna have to add height to length and width. Now imagine 4D, and we're gonna have to add time as the fourth dimension. For example, if I say I am at the mall, I am sort of like telling you where I am at in space, but if I tell you I am at the mall at, I don't know, 5 p.m., I'm telling you where I am in space-time, because I gave you the time, which means time is a dimension as well. It's not a ticking clock. This is gonna lead us to Einstein's theories, because before him, everyone thought that time is the same everywhere in the world. Like, we just count on the clock on our watches and we are so sure that we have the right time. After that, they realized, oh wait, there is no such a thing as a universal clock, because Einstein told us that time is relative and it changes according to two important things: speed and gravity. How fast are you moving, and how strong is the gravity where you are? If you have real fast speed and strong gravity, time is gonna slow down for you. For example, imagine this. Let's say we are at a park and there are two different people. One who's sitting on a bench, we're gonna call them person A. Let's call him Alex. And then we have person B who's running around, maybe in circles. I don't know why they're running in circles, but they just wanna run in circles. That's none of your business. We're gonna call them person B. Like, I need a name that starts with B. Bakugo. Bakugo is able to run as fast as light speed, which is not possible. Like, no human being has ever done that. But we are just assuming theoretically, Bakugo right now is running almost as fast as light. The time for Bakugo would slow down, and it would be so much slower than the time of Alex, who is just sitting on the bench. I know, sounds complicated, but like, okay, focus. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true and it's physics. For example, I am sitting here. Let's just say you can run close to the speed of light, and I am just sitting here. For you, the time is slower than it is for me. So you're just like, okay, Sarah, does that happen in real life, or is it just theory? It does happen. And we're gonna use astronauts or astronomers as an example. On the International Space Station, astronauts travel at the speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour around Earth. Because they are moving so fast and they are slightly far from Earth's gravity, time is going to move a little bit slower for them than for us who are still on Earth. But how much slower? Not by a lot. If we assume that an astronaut was in space for 6 months, they will literally be 0.005 seconds younger than you and me who are still on Earth. I know, it's just so small, but it's because the highest speed they achieved outside of Earth was 28K. And yeah, not as close as we need it to be. We need to reach the speed of light. Traveling to the future. Okay, can we travel to the future? Yeah, answer me. I'm asking you. Why do you always expect me to be the one answering the questions I ask? Just kidding. I'm gonna answer it. Let's explain the twin paradox. Let's assume that we have two twins. Are there any twins that I know? Like anime twins. Let's assume that you and I, we are twins. We have the same age, okay? And I'm gonna stay on Earth and you're gonna be sent on a space trip that travels, let's say, at the speed of light. You don't wanna go to space? Okay, we can switch. Just let me explain. If you are traveling for, let's say, 5 years and then you come back to Earth, but don't forget, you are traveling at the speed of light, not 28,000 kilometers per hour. No. When you return to Earth, I would have aged about 20 or 30 years. Meanwhile, you've only aged 5 years. You traitor. Honestly, I'm disappointed in you. I should have traveled and left you here on Earth. But yeah, theoretically, this is true, but as I said, we cannot even be tiny, like teeny bitty little close to the speed of light. That's why, yeah, this is not possible yet in real life. The fastest spaceship that have ever been launched, I think it reached around 0.06% of the speed of light. So we haven't even achieved 1% of the speed of light. But I know we can. Keep up the good work. Now let's talk about the real challenge. Can we go back to the past? Can we go back to the past and undo all of our mistakes? And maybe save ourselves from some things. Can we? I don't think so. We can't. While researching to make this video, I ran into a lot of complicated things like wormholes, closed time-like curves. But I just thought I'd give you the answer. No, I don't think it's possible to go back to the past. So we're stuck in here. And we better stop overthinking our past and regretting things. I know I'm going out of subject again. Just to let you know, it's okay. Everyone made mistakes, and even though it was not your fault, I feel like you're gonna get over it, you're gonna heal, you're gonna be better, and let them go. You don't want to keep remembering things or people that harmed you. And I know it's not easy, but you can reach out for help. So, can we time travel? Traveling into the future? It's possible. Theoretically, traveling to the past? Not possible at all. I know that as human beings, you might think we are obsessed with time travel because we are curious to know what our future looks like. We're like constantly anxious about it, or maybe we want to go to the past and try to fix things and change things. And maybe because we don't really have, let's say, power to control time, like we can't stop it whenever we want to, we can't slow it down when we really need more time to do something. And I feel like we don't really need any of this. I mean, it is limited, but all of us have 24 hours a day at the end of the day. And I feel like sometimes we just waste it, and sometimes we're just so productive and we're proud of ourselves. And that's so human of us. I'm not telling you to go on and waste all of your days. No, don't do that. But sometimes you don't feel productive, you don't feel like waking up, you don't feel like doing anything. Maybe your body's resetting, maybe you need some rest, maybe you've been through a lot and you didn't give yourself time to rest. So it's fine to take those breaks, but don't let the breaks sort of like take longer than you wish for them. Like try to control them, like tell yourself, I cannot be down for months and months, right? I have a life at the end of the day, and I'm going to live it fully, because I know a lot of people think that we're gonna live for a long time. The longer you live, the more you have them, the memories, whether they are happy or sad and heartbreaking. And I feel like we're not really worried about the happiness as much as we're worrying about the sadness and the negative feelings. So a lot of people tend to worry, but let me tell you this, you don't even know if you're gonna wake up tomorrow. That's fine. Honestly, sometimes I find myself overthinking my future too much, things that are so far, far away. And when I say this, it's totally different from planning for next week, planning for next month, planning for long term goals. You have to have these things, but you just work for them and do what you have to do, what you want to do. And at the end of the day, you don't even know if you're gonna get results or not, but I am very confident that anyone who works really hard is going to get results at the end of the day. So please don't give up, and don't let these worries and overthinking that takes over you and controls you, because at the end of the day, trust me, everyone is anxious, everyone is scared of the future, everyone still regrets things from the past. And even if you look at people and you feel like, I'm the only one who's stuck in here, I'm the only one who's not moving forward, I'm the only one going through all of this, it's really not true. Because, like, as someone who's in there, I know that you've been through phases. Sometimes you're happy, sometimes you just know how to hide it. Sometimes those feelings, they just fade away, and sometimes they just come back and they really get to you. And everyone is battling this, everyone in the world, I guarantee it to you. And on this note, I would like to say that Palestinian people have been starving. 100% of the population in Gaza are suffering from acute levels of food insecurity. So please, if you could help, if you could donate, if you could like upload a story, a video, to sort of like make their voices reach the right people who can help and who can allow the food and the other supplies into Gaza, please do so. Because one voice might be so small, but if we all talk, I'm pretty sure we're gonna reach the people that we need to reach. I feel like together we can change things to the better. So please pray for them, support them in any way possible. And until then, stay safe. I love you, and bye.